Looks like the stork visited somebody at Grand Design because they are expecting babies. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here giving you a very early first look at something coming out very soon. The Transcend 1 series. Very straightforward name for a new single axle series. This is not going to be one of my big over-the-top in-depth videos because this is an early access prototype. Some things will change, but I was down here, I saw it, and I wanted to get some footage out. Maybe together we can get some feedback wrapped up and get back to the product manager and let him know what you think about this thing. Let's go. And once again, this is going to be a lot faster version of what I normally do, just because I know some things are changing. The product manager initially said, I don't know if I even want you to record this, because he absolutely hates these cabinet doors. Because basically they're a cheaper sticker wrap kind of thing. They got this little funky finger pull thing here. He doesn't like them, so he's going to change that out. So understand the cabinet doors are going to change across the board. But a couple key details here. This is still a full 8-foot wide, going up against a lot of narrow body campers. And they've done a few extra things here. Like you see the little kind of fold down armrest section in the center of that sofa. That sofa can become a little sleeper. You have some storage below it. And over here below the bunks, like if you look at this floor plan, everybody and their brother builds this floor plan. I kind of like the idea that they're considering doing a not the same dinette model that everybody else always makes. Little creepy nerd over there in the bathroom mirror. Watch out for that guy. Anyway, I like the fact though that they, just like a lot of your Grand Design stuff, they are very storage conscious. I also like that in a small RV, they really were kind of considering countertop space. Because if you notice, this is actually fairly deep. And again, it's still in the prototype phase, so they got some various papers and packets and other things laying around here. But they went with, let me get some of this out of the way. I should have kind of cleaned house before I got here. They went with the smaller sink. So, you know, it's you're washing maybe a couple cups in there. Short of that, you're probably living on paper plates in this thing. And they went with the 2-burner north-south stove, but they created a big wide open chunk of space here with some handy easy reach power outlets and some very solid overhead cabinet door capacity. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. And it's still pocket screwed lumber core. They didn't go to stapled fasteners, just, you know, glue and staples or something like that. I like that we actually have a pair of drawers in here. A lot of single axle campers, we have exactly 0 drawers, and those are deep. That is cool. That, by the way, I did verify. That is a 12-volt fridge. Small, but it is 12-volt. It's not like one of those little 110 dorm fridges. It's like one of them 12-volt dorm fridges. And I know I said I wasn't going to get into a ton of details, but I don't know, I kind of can't help myself. Again, I like how they dedicated that storage below the bunks. Now, on the left side, they intend to do a full drawer. On the right side, something like a drop knuckle buster pocket. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know that I love that. I don't love that drop down right there. I'd almost rather wish it was open. I don't know. What do you think? Let's get some feedback. And I mentioned this is a sleeper sofa, but it's a rollover style, which actually creates a bigger, flatter sleeper space. Some people really like that. I think smart location for those USB plugs and household plugs right there. With this being 8 foot wide, the space around the toilet is pretty fantastic. Again, I know I said I wasn't going to do a bunch of details, but hey, why not go ahead and do my stupid toilet selfie routine anyway? 6.5 foot sidewall. Means my head's got to be up in the Wombo Combo Skylight, dollar store 4-inch fart fan. Although I am noticing that's a radius, so that'll give us some extra elbow room. And look at these little corner shelves. I like how they're doing this. You can see that I talk to myself with my hand over here in the mirror off camera. What was I even talking about? Oh, I like, they're just, if they have little space, they're doing something. I've also been told that this power outlet is going to move up in between these shelves right here. Flipping around the other direction, you can see it's not the peekaboo I smell you bathroom door. One cool thing I did notice, there is just a dedicated bathroom light switch over here, which is kind of cool. Now, something I eyeballed, I went, wait a minute, that's a true queen bed. Yeah, it's a east-west corner, bed, but it's a 60 by 80 true queen, not the Shorty McShort pants bed that most brands give you. So if you want to replace that with an actual nice mattress, you really could, instead of the conventional backbreaker death wafer kind of thing. I don't know if a lot of people are getting this camper to watch TV, but if you put one in, I think that's probably about the best location you could have hoped for. I almost think they should, you know what? I think personally, give me some feedback, they should flip-flop that headboard location. So if you're laying in bed at night the other way, you'd face the TV. Although nothing says you can't just put your head on the left side of the bed as we're facing right now, does it? Now, what do you think they should do down here? Because currently you've got a front pass-through, and now right now this is kind of more open. I think there's been some talk they might turn the right-hand section into like a shoe garage. They might leave some of it open. They might do some netting, might do some shelving. I don't know. What do you think they should do down here? One other thing that they're working on, they absolutely despise the fact that you can see these hinges, so they're going to try to come up with something else as long as it's not extreme in cost. But the goal down here is to give you basically like little footlocker storage space. Since the RV is 8 foot wide, they can go true queen and still pull that off. So leave some notes, let them know what you think. Now, once again, this is early access, so hopefully I have some weights and measures on screen here for you. If not, that's going to look awful funny. It's possible nothing being finalized yet. I won't have access to that information. What really has impressed me is how much of this is just like a big full Transcend model. Although there's a couple little variances, like you've got a manual tongue jack on these single axles and only rear stabilizers, not front and rear. So that's kind of worth noting right there. A single axle without front stabilizers tends to be a little bit more wiggly jiggly. And something I just noticed, I don't know if they're going to keep doing it, but this is not being built on a Lippert chassis. That's a Norco chassis down there. The underbelly, you might see that skin hanging there. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Whew. By the way, I'm always a 3 sneezer. I don't know why. My sneezes are like comedy. They come in 3s. But the underbelly is enclosed. It is forced air heated also. I'm not going to call this some magic Four Seasons camper. It's got a big full pass-through as well. I'll get you a look from the other side. What do you think about this? It's not a big RV. They didn't have room for a massive awning. Would it almost be better off just going no awning? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Now, it's funny because it looks like a single speaker outside, but it actually does have a left-right element. So it's a single location, but it does have 2 stereo effects effectively coming out of it. I also really like that awning light. Like, I don't know if you're really overtly picking it up here. It almost looks like the roof line peeking through, but it's like the hard white glow beam, almost like you have in the ceiling of an Imagine on this thing. There's a gas grill quick connect. That's a, oops, sorry, I'm looking at the RV and my camera work's getting even worse than normal. It does have a class 2 receiver hitch, which is a bike rack hitch. You're not doing any towing behind this. Ladder prepped, camera prepped, and I am liking how they really were very good about not wasting space, like the little chunk under the bunks right here. They are import tires on this little camper. You do have a gas and electric water heater, so it's not a propane only on demand. I like how we still have the magnet holdbacks, and again, I mentioned the full pass-through, including the little docking center. Now, right now, you're seeing a solar charge controller. That will be optional. I have been advised that these will be solar prepped only, kind of like the Explore series Transcends. Well, the new renamed Explore series, the new Little Brothers series. This is basically a single axle member of the Little Brother Transcend series. They just gave it the one name to help you understand it's a single axle. It's a little different. So again, one of the reasons we got this out today, because I'll probably recover this in more gritty detail later when it's really solid and finalized, is to get some feedback to the product manager for this brand. So let them know. Where did he nail it? Where did he fail it? How can they improve it? What can they do better? What should they keep doing exactly like they're doing? Leave them some notes. Yeah, I guess I'll probably still drop some links in the video description in case somebody watches this video like 6 months later and you want to see what one of these is running. But in the meantime, this is early access stuff. I have no clue what these are going to run. I do think they're probably going to be pretty price aggressive. That's kind of the point here. But we'll let you know when we get all the details ironed out later. Take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone. Let me know if you like the early access footage. Hey, everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV Getting.